About President Jammeh's issue, I have been an advocate since I became a parliamentarian in 1997. Go to my records, especially at the Pan-African Parliament and ECOWAS Parliament. I said Africa must now revisit the way we treat our past presidents.
So you still stand by that?
Marion, National Assembly la diam la kuto minketa new speaker manam Fabakary Tombong Jatta kiwaro jindi membe dendi Yaya Jammeh la muru ko Gambia banko kan anim fanna jambe dendi wala sen follow Instagram Give Thanks TV 1 Facebook Give Thanks TV o bele kana Marion alumbara Give Thanks TV la murunda nan ko reke mbafola momo ni video etra wato wati Give Thanks TV ko abe kontonna o wato la mbalin kontondiro borin ko laje mbafola le kal subscribe aliya like ale comment nal subscribe tufuka pare aliya make sure kakata belende men katara je mbalin aliya ma ka press e bajala video jolonta wato wati mbalin ni manke mo followti ete kala mo la banti membe video jubela Coming out on the Nyaming, new Speaker of the National Assembly, Minkera Fabakary Tombong Jatta, Minkera National Assembly Diamla Kuroti, Manam, I Tandiroka Court to remember dending, former President Yaya Jammeh Muro, Kenya, Gambia, Bangkok, I Tandiroka Kaja Kom Kultimian Kani B, a bumpering Koning Komala Purkaja Yaya Jammeh Murunang, by Tajako. Afrika nyanta ka juber kutole ke wala ka juber nyake menkera na former president be treat la nyameng wala ke mara nyameng ke la kul sama nyawani fana me de ni wala bari Fabakary Tombong Jatta manda o damato akumata draft constitutional fanala le aning manam ye jiko min so kata ke new speaker ti aning fanna jama me de ni wala Fabakary Tombong Jatta ko kuma kambe lanken mandle aning interview min ketaning veteran journalist mi ka kumandi Umar Wali ite mambarion bari nte dia motion lambe o fanna la mo tria kono al sala opinion fale min je kuro mbari no yaje former president na Kenya Gambia banko kan o mo kulati mi alon ka meta fokane hani biabe fokan mbari yaje nte dia motion la o fanna do bake al sala on opinion fale min je kuro min kera former president na muro Kenya Gambia banko kan min kera Yaya Jammeh anin ko me de ni wala anin fanale mun je ye tommondiro minke Honorable Fabakary Tombong Jatta la kake National Assembly la new speaker ti anin kumede ndi wala o kamala ko ni bebe atolle bulu kairo kano fo faw al jubero ke
to explain to me how.
Well, people said, considering your actions towards the government, you campaign against the draft constitution, you campaign for Jammeh's return, now you are in the National Assembly. They said you should not be in the National Assembly. You shouldn't be the Speaker of the National Assembly. What do you say to those people who said you oppose all those things?
I think why I'm nominated by the President is about competence, in my experience in National Assembly. Two, I have no regrets in for instance, campaigning against the draft constitution. I have no regrets. I have no qualms about coming up with a new constitution or amending the old constitution. No qualms. But the draft constitution up to today, if it comes as it was, I will do my best to go against it. Because for me, honestly and sincerely, it is not in the interest of the people of this country. There are a lot of clauses that we have petitioned the Constitutional Review Commission to review and give us feedback which they did not. There are a lot of contradictions in the Constitution. There are a lot of plays that are aimed at strangulating leadership. Constitutions are not meant looking at individuals or groups so that it will suit those people. No. If the Constitution will ensure effective administration, democracy and the constitutional law, we have no qualms. No qualms. But there are a lot more than that in the Constitution. We goes to make it more. We goes to make it more less favorable to the people. So they have no qualms about that. About President Jammeh's issue, I have been an advocate since I became a parliamentarian in 1997. Go to my records, especially at the Pan-African Parliament and ECOWAS Parliament. I said Africa must now revisit the way we treat our past presidents.
So you still stand by that?
I still stand by it. You know, we must draw a line. this revenge, you are in power, because whatever mistakes you make, I'm coming out for you to either humiliate you, send you into exile, or kill you, or jail you. And you get out, somebody else comes, the same thing. This vicious circle will not end. Why can't we draw a line? Why can't we begin to respect? If I want to do that, let me be an example myself. If I become an example and leave office honorably, then others will follow. One of the reasons why leaders don't want to leave office is because as you leave, you are witch hunted. You either go in exile, or you are in prison, or you are dead. So why don't we revisit it? It is just in the interest of a few at the expense of the electorates. The electorates, they can pardon. No government is perfect. Why should this be specific to Africa and Africa alone? So I have been, and I still believe that. And I even said it. As regards what was the other one you said?
The draft constitution you spoke about. And now talking about Jammeh now. So despite the strange relationship between you and Jammeh, you still want him to come back?
Yes, I still believe that we should give them. You see, what I believe is this is not about individuals. It's not about Jammeh per se. It's about any other president that may come. Let's begin to see how we see our presidents, how we respect them. You can make them accountable without humiliating them. But let's try to revisit that. This will not help. This will not help. You see, even Jammeh, the commissions that came in, some of them are, you can read the lines. They are out to get him, to get some people. How can you behave that way and you want justice and you want stability in that country?
But who do you hold responsible for that? Because the commissions will do their job, and at the end of the day, they will present their findings. They will present their findings to the president, and he decide who to punish and who not to punish. What do you say to that?
Yeah, but even the commission's operational mechanism should be visited. Qualified, independent people should be put into these commissions, not people who are out. Look at the TRRC. People who have been hunting, known hunting for Jammeh and his administration, they become members of the TRRC. Look at the issue of Aladi, the research bad, Aladi Barrow. Is it Barrow?
Well,
so what I'm saying is, I have said this over and over, we are not opposed to commission of inquiry. If you do good, or if you take responsibility, you must be accountable to it. But it should be done honestly and sincerely by honest, sincere, and independent people. This is what is missing. This is what is missing. Yes, all reports go to the presidency, government, for government to come out with a white paper. Yeah, that's fine. Government will make a determination. But even there, it's not final. The people still have a right to resort to courts.
Finally, you oppose Barrow when he won the election. You are here today as the Speaker of the National Assembly. Did you in any way regret those past actions?
No, you see, I have lived a life that, in my opinion, I've lived a life that I'm always dictated by my conscience. I opposed to Barrow. Barrow came. I never even opposed Barrow. Barrow opposed me whilst I was in government. They came and opposed us, and they won the elections. The bad side of that election was, why are we not left to resort to courts for determination, as has happened in other cases to now?
But let me interrupt you there. But that happened because they said Jammeh should have stepped aside and allowed the court case, because Nigeria and other...
That is not the law.
Well, because we don't have Supreme Court judges at the time. They say he should step aside.
No, that's also not true. I was here. I was majority leader. That's also not true.
Okay.
That is what they said. They said we don't have judges. We produced documents 8 months, 9 months earlier. It was produced. We had 5 of them. One was here, who was the Chief Justice, 3 from Nigeria, and 1 from Sierra Leone. What was easier than bringing those judges to come and make a determination than to bring in arms from all over the world to come and attack the Gambia?
Well, those countries at the time said they have cases that the judges are adjudicating in their own countries.
To be honest, let's be honest here. Yeah, so even that is just you can only say that to somebody who lives in the bush, because a country is going into flames. Elections are done. A determination of a case will take not less than 3 weeks, 1 week, 2 weeks. You cannot bring those judges, and there are other judges that can perform the functions. But you can go and amass weapons and then come and attack the country. Look, this is not true. This is our constitutional mandate, our requirement. We have a right to resort to court even if the elections were fair. So why can people not do that? Because they want Jammeh out. So these are obvious facts. So for President Barrow, you see, I have not known President Barrow. He came as an opposition. They won. And in fact, I was not against him as Barrow. I was against his government, to be honest. There were things that had happened under his administration that I had opposed. That's true. But when I came closer to Barrow, I have seen that Barrow is a different person that my perception changed. It is important to note that leaders are made by those who surround him. So, and in the name of reconciliation, in the name of reconciliation and stability of the country, in the name of progress, we thought it fitting that we can support him. We had options. But to be honest, the best option was for President Barrow. That's the NPP. And we went out for it. And then we fell out with Yaya Jammeh. But we continue. It's a principle. It's not because of Fabakary or any other. And I've said this since we took over. I have said this, that we are an opposition with a difference. You have seen the lifestyle of oppositions over the years before us. But when we came in, we never went into all those things. Every small thing is demonstration, destroying property, etc. We have not done that. With all what happened to us, our people were shot to death.
So do you believe that 2016 election, Barrow won on a clean slate?
No. So far, 2016?
Yes, 2016 presidential election.
2016. I still maintain that the refusal of the government then and the international players, their refusal signifies to me that definitely there was foul play. That's what I still believe. 2017?
2016.
2016, yes, I still believe that. And that's why they never wanted us to go to court. It was manipulated, and we know a lot more now than before. But that's politics. Does not prevent us from moving forward.
So now the enemy is not permanent enemy, no permanent friends, but permanent interest is what is at work now between you and Barrow, since he decided to reward you and a couple of people from the APRC and more coming in the near future.
I don't call it a reward.
Okay.
I think Barrow feels that I am competent to run the institution for him. I'm not a member of the NPP, and Parliament is a very important institution, arm of government. Look at its functions, legislation and oversight, key among those ones. But he entrusted to me. But you see, I am one player, and I've said this, and you people will begin to realize that what I say is what I believe in, what I do. I will never undermine his government. I will do whatever is necessary to make sure his progressive program for the betterment of the people are carried out. But we will not relax in our oversight. We will make sure that we are a watchdog that will ensure that public funds are spent well for the good of the people, and people are held accountable for their performances and responsibilities. And that's what Barrow wants. That's what every government wants. Government is composed of many. But what is interesting is there are some who deliberately will put hurdles for their personal interests at the expense of the people. That we cannot tolerate.
You are presiding over a parliament that is highly divided from different political parties from independent candidates. What role will you play in making sure that
Bari mbele ongo nyola asala own opinion fale minje koninto diamote siala koninto kodege nan lafta full video jube la sa jube no Umar Wali Facebook Cairo kano fofo alala opinion fale minje koninto mo jamale konin kilimandi dantay konin bay kaja ko Fabakary Tombong Jatta la keo new speaker ti